Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on the latest transfer updates for Barca. Let's start with Marcos Alonso as Xavi Hernandez sees the exit link Barca fullback as non-transferable. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about right back Joao Cancelo as the Manchester City right back rejected offers from Saudi Arabia in favor of Barcelona. We are also going to look at that in much detail. So as we get right into the full stories, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you're just coming across the channel for the very first time, you are highly welcome. Please consider giving this video a thumbs up and please watch it right up to the very end. Shortly after Sergio Dest's loan move to PSV Eindhoven, the rumor mill was quick to link Marcos Alonso to a move away from Camp Nou this summer. The former Chelsea fullback, after all, is one of the few players who is yet to be registered to the team this season. This led to widespread speculations over his future at Camp Nou, but it appears Barcelona have made a final decision on the future of Alonso, whose current contract at the club expires in 2024. According to Sport, Barcelona coach Xavi Hernandez has deemed Alonso non-transferable this summer. The coach has asked the defender not to listen to market speculations and wants him to gear up for the season ahead. Barcelona's decision to keep hold of Alonso is hardly surprising, as Xavi wants at least one alternative for each position this season. With that in mind, the Spanish ace will play the role of a second left back for Barca this season. He could also operate in the left-sided centre-back, though the club have already roped in Inigo Martinez for that role. Simply asking Alonso to not listen to transfer rumors will not be enough to keep the player. The club must also register him to the team this season in La Liga. To that end, Barcelona are confident that they can register the former Fiorentina star this week. The club are expecting fresh sales of unwanted stars such as Clement Lenglet. The Frenchman's exit should help the club register Alonso and Inaki Pena by the end of the month. Even if Barca failed to register Marcos Alonso this week, the club are confident that they can register him by August 30. Of course, there have been a lot of news these past few days talking about Marcos Alonso's long-term future at Barca. Alonso joined Barca as a free agent last season from Chelsea. And even though it came as a shock when Barca did extend the player's contract earlier this year for one more year, and now we are talking about a lot of speculations out there, lingering out there saying that Barca are open to selling the player who is, I think, the only left back we have apart from Barde. After Jordi Alba left, I think his pecking order went up again because Alba was the one always being second to Barde last season. So it doesn't come as a surprise to me personally that Xavi has asked the player not to listen to offers or to the transfer rumor mill, as Xavi still counts on him. It is true that last season we saw very poor performance from this guy, Marcos Alonso. Whenever given the chance, Alonso did not really impress the onlookers. He scored 3 goals, not bad, as a defender. And I think few assists he had. But performance-wise, he was not really there. We hope that he can improve because now that Xavi is saying that he shouldn't leave, I think definitely this should turn the rumor mill to the other end, because there have been a lot of talk about Alonso linked to England, linked to La Liga clubs as well, especially to England, especially to the Premier League where he came from. He has a lot of suitors there. And now that Xavi has opted that the player shouldn't listen to that because Xavi still believes that Alonso has what it takes to stay this season, then so be it. Who am I to say no? But I just hope that Alonso can improve. He can, because there have been a lot of Barca fans have come across that they have been saying, look, this Alonso of a guy, they don't know his use because whenever he's playing on the pitch, it seems as though Barca are going to lose the game because he does not defend well. He does not play properly at the left back. Even when Xavi will give him that makeshift position, it's still not cool, So let's see how it goes. But for starters, Marcos Alonso is still not registered in La Liga. And let's not forget, if he's not registered after August 30, then there's a risk that he might leave. He might leave to another club because after August 30, without registration, he might, in fact, he won't play the La Liga games again, which means he might now go to another club where he can play. So the summer window, I think, is still about 8 or 9 days to go. Um, a lot of activities that would take place between now and then. So we just have to keep a close eye on the market. Barca closing in on right back. I think Joao Cancelo, from what we have been getting, just hope that things will go successfully. Whereas they are trying to also add one more player to the roster after the Joao Cancelo signing. I've been talking a lot about players like Joao Felix, who is also closely linked. Then on to the final story of discussion. Barcelona are hard at work to secure the services of their remaining targets as we approach the final weeks of this transfer market. One of the transfer priorities is Joao Cancelo, whose signing could be made official by the end of the week, even though recent reports suggest Barca are yet to submit a formal offer to Man City. Why Barcelona's negotiations with Man City is another matter entirely. Cancelo, for his part, is keen on moving to Catalonia this summer. According to Mundo Deportivo, Cancelo had the opportunity to join the Saudi Arabian bandwagon and move to the Middle East with a lucrative contract. But the right back was not tempted by those offers and he opted to stay put in a bid to join Barca this summer. The Portuguese rates Xavi quite highly and believes Barca could be an ideal place to continue his career. Cancelo, who was regarded as one of the best right backs in Europe not more than 12 months ago, has had a difficult year so far. After falling out with Pep Guardiola, he was sent to Bayern on loan. He had a mixed spell there, but now he wants a move elsewhere to continue his career. That is where Barca comes into the picture. The Catalans have built a strong foundation in the defensive unit, notwithstanding the recent injury of star player Ronald Araujo. But there is a lack of recognized right back in the team, which is why the club are keen on securing the services of Cancelo. The former Juventus man is expected to join the club on a loan deal with an option to buy at the end of the season. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time. Bye bye.